Hey everybody, it's Brian with Red Dirt Cryptids again. Well, it's starting to cool off and it's time to start beating the bushes. We've been cooped up all summer long due to the heat. It's time to get out there. We're headed to Heyburn Lake, where we're going to spend a few days over this fall break, and we're going to be out there looking to see if we can find any sign of the big man, big brother. Anyway, we'll bring you with us on parts of it, and you can see, maybe you can see something for yourself later. And ooh, bobber. What is it about a bobber that you cannot resist? Looks like something beats that area down. I don't see any footprints. Looks like something comes through there too. It's kind of woolly. That big end is sticking way up in the air, but
I'm looking for the giant fucking tree with the root ball.
found this glorious, I think it's a cottonwood tree. I don't know, I'm not a tree person. That thing is every bit of 4.5 foot around at the base. It's native pecans. Wow. Walking back in these wildlife management area, hate to call them roads because nobody's using them, but they used to be roads. Walking along through here, you can see this fence looks pretty poorly kept. Basically looking for tree structures. Haven't found any, not yet, but it doesn't look like anybody comes back in here except deer hunters. So I guess I'm going to head back to the car. But as you can see, there's a lot of habitat here. Anyway, I say that all the time, don't I? So I was out walking this trail and I found something that's kind of interesting. When I first looked at it, my thoughts were, somebody was shooting a rock with a gun. And then I went over and looked at it a little closer, and it looks like somebody was shooting a rock with a gun a very long time ago. Take a look. Here we got it. You can kind of see this is about the size of a big headstone, but you can see pieces that have fallen out. These all look like they're 45, 50 caliber bullet holes. You can tell by the wear they are very old. Very, very old. I'm gonna guess muzzle loader days. Very old. Anyway, I thought that was pretty amazing. Well, so I guess we ought to bring you guys up to speed with the whole Heyburn Lake thing. I'll tell you what I know, which ain't a whole lot. There was that Class A encounter, and Ryan White found out. I don't know. I really don't even know how he found out about it, but there was that Class A encounter, which was in the wildlife management area. They're kind of west of the lake, and that was an interesting deal. You can find that on Squatch Ranger Files. But there's a couple of oh wow, this guy means business.
He's not going to park here.
Yeah.
It's the bordello.
Yeah. But I guess there's a couple of BRFO reports up here over off of Highway 48. Some guy saw one, or some individual saw one walking across the field in broad daylight. And there's a couple of them over there. There was supposedly a hunter that I think on the north end of Heyburn Lake, up this way, he supposedly saw one.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy that was a bass fisherman or something. I think Evans Bailey was saying something about this. He said that some bass fishermen or something saw some tree structures, like just in, back in the woods away from the lake, back up in there. I don't know where that was. But anyway, like I said, like you said, that Arkansas River is just north of here, and we know what's running up and down the Arkansas, clear up into Kansas, and they're there. I just a lot of sightings here. I just like, seems like to me it'd be a good place, and it's close. It's closer to Enid than a lot of places, I guess you could say.
This place, Heyburn?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think we're 2 hours from Enid. A little under 2 hours.
No, I think it's a little over.
Really?
I mean, by the time you get back in here and everything, it's
well, that is true. We originally were going to camp at Rocky Point, but apparently some kind of incident happened, and we weren't able to camp there. So we ended up over here at what is it, Sunset Bay?
Bay. Yep.
Sunset Bay. Went out today. Was walking up and down some of the trails in the wildlife management area, looking for tracks. We found that. Jeff found that one. Could have been a tree structure. I don't know. I don't know if that was a natural one or if it was, but it didn't look natural.
Well,
that one root ball was kind of up high in the air.
there's two limbs that didn't match anywhere. They didn't fall that way.
Right.
There's other trees around there.
Mm-hmm. It looked old though. I have no idea though. That piece of property that was on, it's got a sign that says U.S. government property, restricted access. It's all posted, no trespassing. I have no idea what that's all about.
Nobody shot at us.
Yeah. So that was I don't know. We've got a lot of crazy theories. Maybe there's an MX missile silo on that place or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's why Heyburn Lake, I guess you could say. It's close. They're here. A lot of woods.
You know, this is a very wooded, forested place. I mean, but then there's enough humans out in it with, different houses and that kind of stuff. I mean, there's food sources there. You say the deer aren't all that great here, which is probably true.
Well, yeah, but that's by our standards. In western Oklahoma, we've got a ton of it. So I guess you could say it's mediocre in here. I don't know.
But I mean, there are a lot of dumpsters around. So.
I still believe that dumpsters are probably one of their primary food sources. That, oh, by the way, Ryan White found an older track on that trail over there by Shepherd's Point, and I honestly believe that that track was probably made heading over there in the middle of the night to go check the dumpster. So I'm sure those people generate a lot of
Fish
leftover
guts.
food. Yeah, then there's the fish guts thing. You know, so I don't know.
But just for the purposes we're doing now, but I'll tell you what happened this morning at the feed store. I was talking to some guy, and he said there's a lot of mountain lions stuff around here. And his goat had a head tore off with all the meat missing off it, and I asked him, did it look like it was pulled off or chewed off? And he didn't really know. Well, if it looks real clean and pulled off, something with fingers have to pull that off, you know. He said there's a lot of mountain lions and whatnot. And I said, yeah, but a lot of stories can be proven or threaded back to mountain lion, but that doesn't count for the stories that people see something walking upright.
What about the dog? He said something about a dog too.
Yeah, and he said a lot of dogs are getting killed. Another guy there said a lot of the dogs around there getting killed, and all the raccoons are up around the property instead of out in the.
Well,
But he didn't, you know, he was just saying some weird stuff happened around. He wasn't even, thinking about Sasquatch. He just said just weird stuff like that happened. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that just makes sense that whenever they move into an area that certain regular animals' behavior is going to change. But theoretically, though, they've been here for a long time. Maybe they're just growing in numbers.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been pretty abundant. I mean, if they shift gears and start focusing on, our trash, our leftovers, they could probably do pretty well.
The kid in there said that. He said, I think they're like from like dinosaurs times or something like that. I said, well, he thought they were just millions of years old, been here. I told him, I said, a lot of, you look at a lot of mythology and a lot of other ancient Near Eastern texts and whatever, even the Bible kind of hints about it. That stuff was, a lot of genetic manipulation was going on. It wasn't just we were so morally bad, God wanted to kill us. There was some stuff happening. And it was like, the Genesis 6 incursion, and like, hey, things are, I have a plan for redemption, and this genetic bloodline is ruining everything. So hence the flood, and that could be, that's chaos language when they're talking about waters and floods and stuff. They know what they're talking about. It's hard for us to translate what they're talking about, but I told him, I said, it just could be something left over from that whole deal, not everything died out, especially something like that could swim and climb and,
Well, they can do everything we can do, but a little bit better.
And faster.
Yeah.
And more.
Well, it's Saturday. Hitting the trail again. Heyburn Wildlife Management Area. Gonna be looking for sign. See what I can come up with. Whew. Well, did I find anything? No. Found a few possible tree structures, nothing spectacular. It could have been natural. I don't know. One could say, oh, you wasted your time. But me, I'm like, I got 4 miles in. What'd you do today? Whew. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the air conditioning. It's amazing. Last night it got cold as hell, like almost, I think, down to 40. And right now I'm sweating. It's hot. The car says 78, but I'll tell you what, it feels a lot hotter than that in the sunshine. But this is a good way to spend your free time. This whole squatching thing, it's peaceful, it's quiet. My other 2 partners in crime, Mr. Hatfield, Mr. X, they decided they were gonna keep the campfire going or something. That's okay though. Sometimes I find sometimes when you're out camping like this, squatching, you know, it's just like you enjoying being out in the woods so much that you know, it almost seems a shame to go tramping around in the deep bush. And honestly, the bush is still pretty deep. I'm sticking to the major trails, but anyway, you just got to do what you got to do. Anyway, I guess I'm supposed to go get an onion for the stew tonight, and then I'm going to head back to camp. And then hopefully later we get back out on the water. Now, heading off in the canoe to go check out, look for these tree structures along the banks. Don't really know where they're at, but I'm going to try the north end. So, good news is the wind is in my face, and we're going to go back up there on the north end of the wildlife management area and check it out. Scanning the shorelines. At least I'm out of the wind of the big open part of the lake. Not that the wind was bad. Kind of in this little bay. Cruise along. Keep our eye out. If I see anything, I'll let you know. Just got spooky quiet. Real quiet. Well, headed back home. It's Sunday morning. I'm up 11 o'clock. I'm tired. Honestly, didn't find anything. We didn't stay up all night. We didn't do a whole lot of night ops. Mainly it was go out during the daytime, hike the trails, look for tracks, look for structures, kind of a daytime reconnaissance trip. Little more leisurely than normal. But it was nice, and that's part of, that should be part of squatching, is getting out and enjoying nature and having a good time and relaxing, and, you know, maybe even doing a little cooking. You know what I mean. It shouldn't all be, you know, blow and go and going here, doing that, deploying this tactic, deploying that tactic. A lot of times it's just being out there. I mean, that's the number one key. When we did hear some things, heard a couple of tree knocks late at night, later. I would say probably about 11 o'clock Friday night. Saturday, when I went out and I was hiking that trail, I kept hearing these real soft tree knocks, and they weren't real strong. It was almost, it could have been something else, but it was just a single knock, and it you know, I kept thinking, oh, that could be something else, you know, that could be this, or kind of hard to say. I hate to say, you know, I'm not going to say that was a tree knock from a Sasquatch, but I will say that it could have been. It could have been that maybe I got up in their area, and maybe it was a discreet alert knock. I don't know, but I'm ready to go home. Kind of tired. Need to take a shower, get cleaned up, probably take a nap. Got really cold. Hell, it was like, I don't know, like 40 degrees. And the days were really nice. And we had a pretty good time. I got some exercise in, which was needed. So, and we got the boats out. Went out there. And I covered some ground. I plan on going back, getting back in some of those coves and running along those banks. Hopefully one of these days I'll stumble on that rumored tree structures on the bank that we've heard of. And hey, if any of you know where these tree structures are, or any other tree, hell, if you know of any tree structures anywhere, be interested in that. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We want to know what you guys know. Clue us in, keep us informed. I'm doing what I can to keep track of some of these occurrences and encounters. Let us know. Reach out to me. Hit me up on Messenger. Or send me an email. It doesn't have to be a long email. To be quite truthful with you, if you've got an encounter that you want to hit me up with, don't type it all out. Man, I'll do the work. You just send me a little short email. Say, hey, my name's so-and-so, and, you know, here's my number. I got an encounter I want to tell you. And I will reach out to you. So I just, I don't know, I'm not quite ready to have my cell phone number out there on the internet. I get enough crazy calls from people trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty. So, but anyway, holler at me if you know anything, anywhere, you know, especially, you know, southern Kansas, Oklahoma, maybe a little into Arkansas, whatnot. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm always interested and I'm always ready to learn. So holler at me, and you guys have a great day. I'm going to go home and take me a siesta. It's been a long weekend. Later.